if I could, I'd like to take a moment to just make some suggestions as we prepare for Ash Wednesday, for these 40 days of Lent. Every year, much like January 1st, we could make all kinds of promises, all kinds of resolutions. But I'd like to just add some things in a list form, if you will, to increase our prayer, to increase our charity, our giving, to increase our fasting. Let's begin with prayer. Wake up 20 minutes early and start the day just a little earlier in prayer. Go to daily Mass maybe once or twice during the week. A lot of our churches add a more convenient time just for that, maybe in the evening. Take a half hour or 15 minutes in adoration once a week. Go to confession a couple times during Lent. Read a spiritual book, some of those that you've been wanting to read for a long time. Start to pray the rosary, maybe once a week. Pray a Divine Mercy Chaplet, if you can, during that same week. And then on Fridays, put some time aside for the Stations of the Cross. Pray for your enemies. Isn't that a difficult one? Watch Mel Gibson's Passion of the Christ another time, but this time get into the shoes of Mary or another character, possibly even Jesus. Read about the life of a saint. Do an extra spiritual activity to reach out to those who have less. All that is a prayer. Now let's move on to almsgiving or charity. When you fast from a meal, give the money that you would have spent to the poor. Use a coin box and put all your change in it, again, for somebody who's needy. Volunteer with St. Vincent de Paul. Volunteer with one of your local soup kitchens or places for people that are homeless, maybe a shelter. Spend more time with your parents, especially if they're aging. Make a pledge to a worthy charity. Go out of your way to talk to someone who's shy or introverted or maybe even difficult. And finally, offer to watch a mother's children for free. Don't charge any money. And finally, let's talk about fasting. What more could we do? Fast and just have breaded water on Fridays. Fast from TV. Fast from snacking in your car. Fast from maybe a radio in your car. Now, you could certainly listen to the rosary or put on a Catholic CD. Fast from Facebook, Twitter. Now, this is tough. Maybe the internet during Lent. Fast from caffeine or alcohol. And finally, don't use any seasoning on your food. Don't use any condiments during Lent. Try these three things, maybe one, maybe more, during Lent, and see in 40 days if you have a much more open heart for Easter.